there was an issue with the Sakari camp. As I always tell y'all, there's a whole bunch of Israelite groups, and although we say we're not affiliated, that don't mean that the other camp should be hated. Okay, they doing their own thing. You got a lot of other camps popping up, and we've had our back and forth with them in the past, and you know, we don't want to go back and forth with no Israelite group. But as usual, because of social media, because of YouTube, because of people not following the commandments, things go wrong. And a lot of things get put out that don't need to get put out. Okay? I'm not going to go into the man's business because I didn't speak to him himself. All I saw is what was on social media being pushed to us. And as you see, I'm the only one that's going to discuss it. We have hundreds of camps, and not one of our camps is going to address it because we don't move like niggas. You men that was running to go and make videos, y'all are, that's why we call y'all black Hebrew Israelites. Okay? What was going on between that man and his woman, it seemed like his woman is not his woman. She was disgruntled, and she took text between him and her on her phone and made it public. And another nigga that was amongst the Sakari leader went live with it. Okay, that's nigga stuff. That's not how a man of God move. I'm watching video of this man putting his phone number up and then bringing the text up, talking about, and you niggas, you make me sick. Whoever don't like the N-word, you need to leave because it's going to be said a lot tonight. Because you don't move like men of God. Y'all move like niggas. Okay? The same thing that we're trying not to portray to the world is what you display. Based on what I saw on social media, because like I said, I haven't spoken to any of them, but a lot of people were sending us the stuff. And while we trying to portray an image to the community of unity, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on with this camp. And it was just video after video, back and forth. And the stuff that Sakari leader was into, he was wrong. He was dead wrong for what he was going through. Even though it's between him and his woman, it was sin. And all you had to do, brother, was just don't make no videos. Stop making videos. What you was doing was sin, and you need to speak to your men around you that you could trust, and don't make no videos. You don't have to keep explaining shit to people that's between you and your woman. Okay? Y'all got some issues in your relationship that y'all need to work out, and it was sin. It was 100% sin. Okay? And it came out because your woman got demons on her. Okay? And she took matters, however it came out, and this is to help you. Because if y'all would have continued doing the stuff that I'm hearing there, which I'm not going into it, you would have been destroyed. The Most High got mercy on you. As bad as it look, and as bad as you in the public, the Most High got mercy on you because there's a chance for you to repent. Y'all need to get your relationship together, and you need to fix those things that y'all was discussing about, because that's evil and that's against the scriptures, and a man of God and a leader of Israel should not be discussing those things or doing those things with his woman. Read the scripture. Sirach chapter 8, verse 5.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 8 and verse 5. Reproach not a man that turneth from sin, but remember that we are all worthy of punishment.
Now, the brother went on camera, and he was very emotional, and he was apologizing to his men. That's the only thing that you should have done. You shouldn't have discussed nothing else. If you're going to go public, just acknowledge your sin. That's it. So I'll give you credit for that. Read it again.
Reproach not a man that turneth from sin.
Because a lot of other videos came up that was reproach. Reproach means hate. A lot of hateful videos went up behind him. Read on.
But remember that we are all worthy of punishment.
Remember, all of us are worthy of punishment. This guy is getting aired out. And at least he came on camera, and it sounded like from what I was seeing, he's acknowledging, and he was showing remorse for what he did. Okay? A lot of y'all reproached him, and y'all are some wicked niggas, man. Y'all evil. I expect GMS to do it, because GMS always does that. GMS always call for everybody's downfall. And I told y'all stop following them. Those are not leaders. Those are evil men that have been attacking us from day one, wishing death on us and wishing bad on us. And we do the opposite. Christ said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. But when you see a man coming on screen and he's at least, y'all see him showing remorse, okay, y'all need to reach out to him, not talk about him. Okay, and a lot of y'all is evil. A lot of y'all men that was around him, that was talking about brotherhood and how long y'all know him, y'all full of shit. And we don't believe you. Okay? Y'all talking about him in one breath and airing him out, then talking about how y'all was with his kids and you know his family and you was there for his firstborn and you this. Y'all fake and y'all evil, and that's not what the Bible says to do. Sirach chapter 7 verse 11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 11. Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul.
And that's what a lot of y'all were doing. Y'all were laughing him to scorn in the bitterness of his soul while he was going through his trials. He was in sin. It came out, and he came on camera, and it sounded like he was asking his men. That's between him and his men. That got nothing to do with us. And we're not going to take to YouTube and start slandering him and laughing him to scorn and saying that's good for him. That's what evil black niggas do. And a lot of you are calling yourself Israelites, and that's what you are. You are evil. You are no benefit to the people. You are horrible examples of leaders and teachers. You. Read it again.
Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul. For there is one which humbleth.
There's a God that humbles people. There's a God that humbles people. Read on.
And exalteth.
And there's a God that will exalt. And I'm going to give y'all examples. Okay? Proverbs chapter 3 verse 29. We're going to use scriptures because a lot of y'all that did your videos, y'all ain't use no scriptures. Y'all ain't use no scriptures. Y'all don't believe what's written in the Bible. You're a Hebrew Israelite in name. Okay? Read it.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 29. Devise not evil against thy neighbor.
And that's what I saw. I saw y'all devising evil. Okay? That's some GMS shit. Digging up stuff about people and putting phone numbers. They used to do that to the bishop 10, 15 years ago. All their leaders, they put where the bishop worked. They put his address. They spoke much evil. You know what the bishop did? He told us, forgive them. That's how honorable he was. He said, forgive them. And that's what our leadership, that's what good leadership does. He said, forgive them. He said, just like King David with Shemaiah, when Shemaiah was cursing King David and his men said, you want us to go take his head off? He said, nope, leave him. It could be that the Lord, the Most High, sent Shemaiah to come and curse me. And that's what the bishop taught. I remember that years ago. When GMS was attacking us and putting up the bishop's phone number and putting up where he lived and speaking evil against his wife and saying that they hope his daughter get raped, and we was furious. And the bishop said, yo, leave them alone, okay, and pray for them. And it didn't make sense back then. But then I realized that's how a stand-up leader is. That's how a man of God moves. Because we could have retaliated, and we had the numbers to do videos and go back and forth. But he said, leave it alone. The Most High won't use us. And we thought we were setting the standard for how things work. But y'all still a bunch of niggas. Reading scriptures and not applying them and attacking each other. And you should be ashamed of yourself. All you niggas that went and made videos, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because what did you do? Well, you did. You ain't doing, all you try to do is exalt yourself. And you mark yourself because the Most High going to judge you also. You're going to be judged for the...
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, verse 20. Behold, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. But they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. Kol Halayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Rakak Quadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 20. Behold, Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahawashi, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. But they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. And again, this is evidence to show forth that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi commands us to reprove, to rebuke, okay, to show forth how to correctly go about things in life, and especially in this truth, man. So, you have a lot of emotional, effeminate men, okay, little boys that have a problem with the prophets doing as Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi ordained us to do. Okay, amongst plenty of other things that we are called to do, this is one of them. Okay, Second Esdras 14, verse 20. Behold, Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, I will go as thou hast commanded me. So it's a commandment for us to rebuke, reprove, for us to show forth our people the error of their ways so they can examine themselves, repent, learn from it, and grow, to prosper. Okay, to walk correctly in the spirit and to be those upright, righteous vessels that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi intended us to be. But as we see and as we know, we have a lot of you Israelites in this captivity that have a great abundance of pride on you, that literally can't be wrong for anything that they have done. Okay, so the one main camp, GMS, that's always doing rebuke videos, reproval, okay, showing our people when they're going off, which is of our law, because a lot of you Israelites make it seem like the law is going to save us. Okay, so when we take heed according to the law, which we rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our ability. Okay, but we also know that the law is not going to justify us or save us, man. Okay, because if we were going to be judged off the law, we would be condemned. We would be wiped out. All right. And reprove the people which are present, which we do. But they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Okay, and this is this last captivity where the prophets have been risen, set up, strengthened, educated to reprove, enlighten those that are in darkness in this world, man. But you have the ones that love this world, that have comfort, that have a name in society amongst the Israelite community, that pedestalize themselves and not Yahweh, why Yahawashi, that don't want this place to fall, that don't want this place to be judged, that want to prosper in their wickedness by keeping these Israelites asleep, leading them astray. Because a lot of you other camps, you don't give a damn about the sheep. If you gave a damn about the sheep, you will be breaking the scriptures down correctly. You will be saying the names, and amongst other things too. Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. So the light is coming to the world. Again, the Lord has risen and set up his prophets to speak the things that's going to bring them back to life, that's going to make them children of the light. Okay, that's going to be informed, enlightened, embraced by the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi, man. But again, you have Negroes like this one right here who shouldn't be saying nothing at all, man. Who should just be shutting the hell up. Okay? But let's continue. Let's go to Titus chapter 1, verse 13. This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them softly that they may be sound in the faith. Because if we see a brother fumble, a brother stumble, a brother in the error of his ways, we're supposed to rebuke that brother. We're supposed to tell that brother that he's going off. Matter of fact, before we go further into the lesson, let's go to the etymology online. Let's get the definition of rebuke and of reprove real quick. So let's go to rebuke first. Okay, it has two. It's a verb and a noun. Okay, so let's go to the verb in rebuke. It says reprove directly and pointedly, scold, okay, to repel, beat back, to strike. Okay, that's the rebuke verb. Now let's go to the rebuke noun. Okay, this is rebuke noun in the etymology online. A reproof for fault or wrong. Do you hear that? A reproof for fault or wrong. Also an insult, a shame, disgrace, a setback, a defeat. Okay, so we bring forth the error of your ways for you to be ashamed. Okay, to show forth your fault of your wrongdoing, which is a disgrace from Yahweh, which is a disgrace to Yahweh Shem Yahushua Salaki. And let's go to reprove. Reprove. Okay, reprove in the etymology online, which is a verb. Okay, it says reprove, accuse, charge as a fault, accuse, blame. Okay, prove to be worthy. Okay, do you hear that? Accuse, charge as a fault, accuse, blame. Okay, prove to be worthy, man. So we're doing what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has set us up to do. Okay, because we fear the Lord. We take heed to the instructions, man. We're not out here to pedestalize ourselves. We're not out here to tiptoe around the truth and tiptoe around your feelings. Fuck your feelings. Okay? Period. The way you was in the world is not the way you should be in this truth. You're supposed to be renewed, sanctified, cleansed every day, examining yourselves. Okay? Completely destroying that old man, that old woman that you was daily. Okay? Thinking about where you need to work at. Okay? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? What do you need to improve on? Okay, again, Titus chapter 1 verse 13. This witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. So we rebuke them sharply, man. And I just gave you the definition of it. So it's a commandment for us to do these things, for our people to stay in line, for our people to check themselves, man. Okay, because if we don't do it, first and foremost, the Lord is going to look at us for not doing our jobs, the vocation that we were called to do, which is amongst other tasks that we have to commit ourselves to: prophesying, condemning, edifying, warning. Okay, and also amongst other things too, man. So, we're supposed to be the watchmen, the seers. We're supposed to be blowing the trumpet to our people. So if we see somebody going off, we're on it. Okay, so if you don't like it, oh well. A lot of you Israelites are highly emotional and highly effeminate, man. Okay, and you don't really realize that you should rather have the Lord speaking through your brother to rebuke you, reprove you, and then rather to have the Lord do it himself, man. Because if the Lord do it, ain't no telling what he's going to do. He might execute you and bring you back to the spiritual realm. Okay? Titus 1 verse 13 again. This witness is true, wherefore rebuke them sharply. Okay, and that also goes into what? Hebrews 4 verse 12. The words of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua are strong and powerful, like a two-edged sword, discerning the thoughts, okay, of your spirit, everything, man. And that's why y'all feel conflicted and what's the word I'm looking for here? Compelled to examine yourselves, man, especially if you fear the Lord. But if you don't, hey, man, it is what it is. So let's go to the law real quick, because I said something about it. Let's grab it. All right, so let me grab this real quick. All right, Salakia. Let's grab this real quick. I said this about the law, so let's get that. Leviticus 19, starting off in verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Okay, and we know that when we show forth reproval and rebuke towards you other Jakes, you other Israelites, that y'all have that hatred towards us, man. And as we see and as we know, everybody's blaming GMS for what is going on and what has happened with Chief High Priest Guerrilla Hebrew Eleazar. Okay, GMS is to blame for everything, man. Like, we're the ones that exposed him. Like, we're the ones that literally contacted his wife and told his wife to do what she did, man. Like, come on, man. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai is in control of everything. It's Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai that ordained this to be done. It's Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai that ordained and commanded and put the spirit on his wife to do what she did to expose this guy, man. Okay? Period, man. You know, he didn't go to Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Ramblad, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Rakah, or none of the elder bishops or elders on down and ask them, is it okay if he buy a pagan kit, if he give his wife to an Edomite? Like, come on, man, y'all need to stop this bullshit, man. But it's all good, man. It's all good, because at the end of the day, man, y'all gonna have to pay for what y'all say and what y'all speak upon. Okay, treacherously, slandering the prophets, and all we doing is just showing love by reproving and rebuking, man. Which, again, this guy has been getting reproved and rebuked over 10 years, man. Over 10 years. Okay, Leviticus 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. And so that was being done continuously for over 10 years, not just for Guerrilla Hebrew, as he calls himself, but for other cats, for Nate of the IUIC, okay, for Yahana of ISUPK, for all these other camps, congregations, however you want to call them, wherever you want to state them. It has been done over and over and over again. But guess what? Nobody's wrong. Everybody's right. Okay, no problem. Verse 18, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. And y'all see, we see that y'all avenge and bear a lot of grudges, man. Again, false slanders, false accusations with no documentation to prove what you're speaking upon. Okay, it's always so easy for all you Israelites to get any brother's government name, okay, job address, job number, but yet you still can't bring forth any documentation, which is public records in the court system, okay, in the judicial system, to prove that any brother in GMS has been charged with anything, being a pedo or a child, and a rapist. Where's the documentation? Where's the evidence to show forth that such and such, this brother who calls himself in his real Hebrew name has done this and has been prosecuted for that slander, for that false accusation, man? Still waiting, man. Okay? Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Y'all don't love y'all neighbor because y'all don't love y'all damn selves, man. Okay? Because if you loved yourself, you would examine yourself and see where you need to do better at. See where you need to improve, man. You would take heed to the reproval, the rebuke being spoken by Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai through his men that he has set up, man. You would take heed to the trespass that you have committed. Because again, all you camps talk about the law this, the law that, the law is going to save us, the law that, the law this. So if the law is being upheld and the prophets are doing what Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai has ordained and called us to do, then what's the problem, man? How can you? So basically, what y'all saying is that y'all perfect, that y'all don't err, y'all don't transgress, y'all don't commit sins, y'all don't fall short. Okay, no problem. But we're going to keep on doing what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has called us to do. And a part of our vocation, look at that word vocation, VOCATION. A part of our task, our calling, is for us to reprove and rebuke. This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word. Preach the word. So we preach the word. We don't just give you scriptures to make you feel good. We don't tell you that you can do what you want. No, you got to change. We give you the whole road, the bitter, the sweet, okay, the dreadful, the scary, the judgments, the history. We give you everything, man. Okay, we give you every single thing that comes out of our Bible, and we break it down to the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai correctly and directly. Preach the word. Be instant in season and out of season. So we out there in the highways and the byways when it's cold as hell, raining, when it's hot as hell, and when it's windy. We out there in all seasons, man. We don't take no goddamn breaks, man. And we don't give you no excuse, man. Period, man. We don't take no breaks, no days off. We don't slack. We're committed, man. Because again, it also goes into having a great fear, a great abundance of fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We truly believe what we read in our Bible, man. We're not out here pump faking. We're not out here trying to gain women. We're not out here trying to gain a name for ourselves. We're not out here trying to gain anything to exalt us. Okay? It's not about us. It's about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And Lord willing, we'll be amongst those that's going to have protection, that's going to have a covering, that's going to be part of the predestinated lot, man. But right now, we're going to do what the Lord told us to do. Again, 2 Timothy 4, verse 2. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, man. So that's what we do, man. So for, Asaph to say what he said, man, it's just highly emotional and it's off, man. It's wicked. It's wicked to literally tell your congregation, your camp, that you're not supposed to be rebuked. You're not supposed to be reproved. You're not supposed to go through any type of chastisement. A brother should not be pulling out scriptures, telling you where you're going off at, telling you where you're falling short at, telling you that you're doing wrong, and then bringing forth the precepts to prove the point. That's off, and that shows you that they don't give a damn about their sheep, man. Okay? And as Elder Apostle Tahar stated, this is the most hypocritical camp on the damn planet, man. Okay, because if you out here, you got a woman that's coming into the truth in your congregation. She has a husband, but he's not in the truth. Or you got a man coming into the truth, and he has a wife, and she's not in the truth. And you tell them they have a certain amount of time to make their spouse transition or leave them. That's fucking wicked, and that's off. What scriptures that state that? What book, chapter, verse says you can do that, man? You literally putting your nose, your 2 cents into somebody else's marriage, somebody else's relationship. Okay? That's off, man. That's wicked as hell. Okay, and a lot of you Israelites, man, you got the spirit of those men that came at Job, man. And this is the type of spirit that Asaph got, man. You got the spirit of those men that came at Job, man. Matter of fact, let's grab something out the book of Job real quick to prove that point, man. What is that? I'm going to grab this one. Job 13. I'm going to start off at verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Okay, and then again, man, that's IUIC, man. You're forgers of lies. Okay? You're a physician, which the type of physician you are, you have no value. The type of physicians we are, we have value because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is working through us to, comfort his people, to embrace and to increase and strengthen his people through us, man. But it's the opposite with y'all, man, because y'all liars, man. Okay? Complete liars. Okay, but ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace. So really, to be respectful ASAP, you should just shut up. Okay, because if you're not going to correct and rebuke what's being done with guerrilla Hebrew, but we know the reason, because Elder Malcolm made it clear and cut. Once you got that 501c3, you can't really go against some other churches that got the 501c3. Okay, so you really should just shut the hell up and not say nothing, respectfully. Okay. Oh, that you would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom. But we know that IUIC doesn't have any wisdom. They have the wisdom of the world, man. Because if they had wisdom, they would be preaching and teaching the names. They would be breaking down Revelation 13 correctly. Okay. They would be, not exalting themselves and doing all this extra BS, using AI and, just elevating their congregation. It's just off. It's wicked, man. Treating Nate like he's Yahweh Shai. Like, come on, man. Hear now my reasoning, and hark to the pleadings of my lips. Will ye speak wickedly for the Most High, and talk deceitfully for him? And that's what you're doing, man, because you're trying to put yourself in the position of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because y'all believe y'all above everybody, man. Okay? Y'all believe y'all above everybody. What did Yahweh Shai say? That those that exalt themselves shall be abased, man. Okay, and if a man think highly of himself, he have deceived himself. Roughly paraphrasing, I believe Galatians chapter 6, if I'm correct. Galatians 6 verse 3. Okay, and that's y'all, man, to a T, man. That's all you cats, man. ISUBK, IUIC, Sakari. Okay, all you other cats, man. You got a little bit of wisdom and you got puffed up, man. Too puffed up. Okay. Will ye speak wickedly for the Most High and talk deceitfully for him? Will ye accept his person? Will ye contend for the Most High? And you accepting this dude, man, to literally put blame on a camp that's literally doing what the Lord told them to do, to reprove and rebuke, and again, it shows who really fears the Lord. It shows who's really in this truth. It shows who's really sincere, who has humility, and actually, and in actual reality, who's doing this out of love, man. That's all it really is when it comes to the reproval and rebuke videos, man. It's out of love, man. We're out here sacrificing ourselves for love. We're out here being marked men to show love to our nation, so our nation can wake the fuck up. And furthermore, Salakia, not our nation, but the elect. Okay, forgive me, the elect. That's what we're doing this for, man. But we know that we got to go through these trials, these tribulations, these false accusations, these slanders. Okay, y'all pointing the finger. That's cool. It's understandable, man. Because your day of reckoning is going to come. The Lord's going to bring that judgment. He's going to bring your shame. Okay, what does it state in the book of Proverbs? Before destruction cometh pride, man. Roughly paraphrase it. Okay. Job 13 verse 9. Is it good that he should search you out? Or as one man mocketh another, do ye so mock him? He will surely reprove you if you do secretly accept persons. And that's what Asaph is doing, man. You ain't out here rebuking guerrilla Hebrew, but you want to talk about GMS. What we doing what the fuck we supposed to be doing. We doing what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has called us to do, man. And if we see you going off, we're going to rebuke you. We're going to reprove the error of your ways, man. And again, it's not out of jealousy. It's not out of malice. It's not out of any ill will. It's commanded for us to do so according to our law, to rebuke one another, to reprove one another, man. A lot of you Israelites are weak, soft, effeminate, highly emotional, man. That's the spirit and the characteristics and the mentality of the woman, man. Verse 10. He will surely reprove you if you do secretly accept persons. Shall not his excellency make you afraid, and his dread fall upon you? And man, again, nobody's afraid of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We have the record in front of us in our Bible to show you what the Lord has done to our people. You should be afraid. And we have the record of what he's going to do in the future. Okay, Romans 15 verse 4. Things that are written aforetime were written for what? Our learning. But guess what, Jake? As it says in Isaiah chapter 1, ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick. And it's worse. It's worse than any other captivity. You Negroes, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, you're sick. And again, if the Lord is not dealing with you, if you don't fear the Lord, if you're not obedient to the Lord, if you're not submitting to the Lord, the only thing for you to do is get judged, man. Okay? Either the Lord's going to be dealing with you and you're going to be sincere, fearful, obedient, in submission to him. You know, you might receive salvation, but if not, the only purification that you need is deletion, man. And a lot of you Israelites need fucking deletion, man. Okay? Because y'all not afraid, man. Y'all think this is a joke. And that's why the Lord's going to bring that dread upon y'all, man. And when that dread comes, he's going to mock, he's going to laugh. And that's what happened to Gorilla Hebrew. Okay? He rejected and exalted himself and always found an excuse for his folly. And then now, since the Lord has exposed his ass, the Lord is laughing through his men. Okay, Proverbs chapter 1, I will mock when your fear cometh. Okay? Let's go to Titus chapter 2. I'll grab 2 more precepts and we're going to close out. Salakia. Titus chapter 2. I'm going to start off at verse 11. For the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men. And see, that's the thing too, man. We're in the grace period right now. And a lot of you Israelites are taking this grace period as a damn joke. A lot of you Israelites think this is a game. This is not serious to you, man. The only thing serious to you is the things in the world. You're not seriously focused and fearful and locked in to this truth. And as the beloved elder apostle Gabar always states and says, you don't even know what you're involved in. A lot of y'all haven't examined the cost. A lot of y'all don't even really know what this is about. Again, it's a joke. It's just something that's trending to y'all, man. Okay, with this grace period, this last grace period, because it's going to be, man, it's going to be grievous, horrific. Okay, nasty, diabolical, treacherous judgments in this last captivity, man. All Israel is not going to be saved on the first go around. Okay, a lot of you Jake's gonna have to come back in the kingdom through somebody else's loins, man. You don't, have fear on how you conducting yourself, what you're saying, what you're doing. You're just all loose, freely doing things like there's gonna be no recompense, no judgment for the for your unrighteous deeds, man. Like, come on, man. For the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men, teaching us, so like here, Titus 2 verse 12, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. And the prophets are set up to make sure that you don't fall from these ways. And you need rebuke. You need to be watched. You need to be told when you're fucking up. You need to be told when you're going off. You need to be told, hey man, look, you're trespassing. What you're doing ain't right. That's wicked. Regardless how it's coming out. Okay, the Lord may have a brother come out, in a certain type of way where you can take it. But if the Lord got to keep on doing it, the Lord might have that man, reprove you or rebuke you in a way that you might not like, in a way that you might see it might seem disrespectful. But guess what? You're not examining yourself. You're not taking responsibility and accountability for what you're doing. Okay, you're getting comfortable. You're relaxed. All right? You're not improving yourself. You're not, again, doing better. You're not sanctifying and applying these scriptures. Okay? Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust. So ungodly things like what? Talking to your woman, talking about buying a damn strap on. Okay, with all different sizes. Okay? And then your woman talking about you need numbing lube. You don't want no numbing lube. Okay? You want some flavored lube. You want to feel all that tension, all that pain. telling your woman that she needs a fucking boyfriend and that's your wife, man. Just listen to that, man. Listen to that. And then the dude gets on live and you know, tricks all y'all. Them crocodile tears, says this, says that, but in those text messages, he was excited. He was excited to get on all four. Like, come on, man. This dude, 6'5", 250 pounds. You excited to get on all fours to have your girl pull your hair and stick something in your rectum. Is she a doctor? Are you going to get your prostate checked? Fuck no. But yet we're going off. We're going off. When yet again the dude, when the gorilla Hebrew told his wife, his woman, I'm gonna order the lube and I beat it the next day. So guess what? The lube was on overnight. Okay, and it more than likely probably Amazon from what, 7 to 11 a.m. You know exactly what the Negro was gonna say when he walked in here. Hey, what's going on, baby? Let's get this party started. Yeah, you ready? Like, come on, man. Titus 2 verse 13. Looking for that blessed hope and glorious appearing of the great power in our Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach, who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity. And see, a lot of you Israelites don't take this seriously, man, and especially Sakari, man. When it comes to Yahushua, they don't reverence, acknowledge Yahushua. They've shown you plenty of times in various videos, in various street teachings, that they disrespect and disregard Yahushua HaMashiach, man. Okay? And but yet you have a lot of these niggas, because that's what y'all are, y'all niggas. Y'all the real niggas, man. Real talk. Y'all the real niggas, man. And purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. Zealous of good works, not out here doing mixtapes, album release parties, hitting the strip club, outside the strip club, rebuking strippers for being whores. That's an old custom. These bitches out here trying to get their money. You think they want to hear you outside preaching? I'm gonna go out here and dance harder than now, nigga. You done fired me up. Everything's see all those things that were done with Sakari, you know, going out to the strip club, preaching and teaching, and then you know you had priest, deacon, whatever the fuck his name, Hakar, talking about he and the strippers' inboxes and stuff. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Verse 15, the point. Titus 2 verse 15. These things speak, which we speak all these things, and exhort, which we do, and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee. So ASAP, man, you can kick rocks, man, with no flip-flops and no socks, man. It's like in flip-flops with no socks, man. Okay? We speak these things and exhort and rebuke with all authority from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Not JC, not Most High, and as y'all say, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to say it because I despise that. Okay? And y'all ain't despising us. Y'all despising Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So let's close out, man, because the point is made, man. Y'all want to keep on being a hard-headed, that's on y'all, man. That's on y'all. This is Proverbs 13, verse 1. A wise son heareth his father's instruction. Do you hear that? A wise son heareth his father's instruction. And we can already see over and over again, but a lot of you Jakes, you're not wise. You're stubborn. You're rebellious. Okay? You can't do nothing wrong. A whole bunch of can't get rights, man, that want to create their own destiny. Okay? Do their own thing. That's cool, man. No problem. But a scorner heareth not rebuke. Okay? You don't want to hear the rebuke? Cool. No problem. Fine. Let the Lord deal with you, man. Okay? But our job is done. We did what we was called to do. And it's recorded in the heavens, man. Okay? And Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to judge off of that, man. So I'm going to leave it right there. So, you know, I don't want to rock this out. I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Aki and Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Call Halayim La. Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakat Kwadash. Wathawada Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakat Kwadash, for putting the Spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. I don't want to rot to Zah until the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.